course, one of your jobs, maybe even your main job as a songwriter, maybe not your main job, but one of your jobs, is to keep your listener interested from the beginning of the song all the way through the end. And that takes timing. You don't have to say everything in your first verse. In fact, you shouldn't say everything in your first verse, because if you do, then guess what? The song's over. And then the rest of it is simply going to be repetition of that same idea. So that you pace yourself as you're developing the song, and you create a journey for your listener. Keep your listener interested all the way through the song. Now that's what a producer tries to do. When the producer is in the studio creating the flow of the song, you have this kind of energy graph that producers are fond of, where the first verse comes in and there's not very many instruments, and it's kind of low key, and then you move up to the first chorus and there's more energy there, and then maybe a background vocal comes in, and maybe a cello comes in or something, and then the second verse, which moves down a little from the energy of the chorus, but is still up higher than the energy of the first verse. And then the second chorus, that's when the timpani come in, and four background vocalists and so on. And then the chorus rises, and then you move into the bridge, which now starts rising, 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 rising. And right at the climax of the bridge, when it enters the chorus, the London Philharmonic Orchestra, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, everybody comes out, and bam! And that's the climax of the song. Now that's the producer's job. But if your song, if your lyric has everything you have to say in the first part of the song, then the rest of it is simply going to be propped up by the producer, where you're saying the same thing over and over again, but the same idea over and over again, and yet there's nothing that the idea is adding that's going to match the way that the song is climaxing. Now, the producer is going to do that no matter what. The producer's job is to create that journey. Wouldn't it be nice if the song did the same thing? So let's talk about the sort of development of that journey, the creation of a journey in your song. And remember, your song starts from an idea, that you have something that you want to say. And then you're going to be talking about how that idea should evolve. So, let's take let's take a fairly straightforward idea. You see a lover, an old lover, and you say, "Hi. How are things going? You look really happy. Are you as happy as you look? Are things going really well for you? Is life good?" I don't mean to pry. I don't mean to, intrude. But I'd just like to know. I'd just like to know. And so there is your first box. Now take a look at these boxes. This is actually the way I think about developing an idea. Note that the first box is small. It's connected to the second box, and the second box is bigger. The second box is bigger because it has to hold room for the first box, plus whatever else I have to say in that second box. And note that the third box is the biggest of them all. It weighs the most because it not only contains its own information, but the first two boxes fold into that. So I know that in corporate America, in the world of corporate business, there's the phrase, think outside the box, which of course is never true, but think outside the box. Well, we, being the rebels that we are as artists, we're going to think inside the box. Always think inside the boxes. Okay, maybe not, but there it is. So here's my first box. Are you really happy? I'd just like to know. That's the song idea. So now we move into the second box. When you left me, did you know that you were going to move in with him and do it so fast? When I was out on the road, did you invite him over to your place? And that picture of you and I underneath the willow tree that you keep on your dresser, did you put it in a drawer? You know, I know it doesn't make any difference now, but I'd just like to know. And so now the second, I'd just like to know, means more than the first one, which was simply, hey, you look happy. So that we can say that the second one has gained weight. And I like that metaphor, the idea of the second time you hear that idea, that it means more, that it gains weight. And so you can see that the first box, hey, you look happy, has folded into the second box, saying, did you cheat on me? So, what's up? Did you cheat? I'd just like to know. And so the idea, the journey, has moved us forward now. And then into the third box. Could be something like, when we first got together, I said it to you. I said, I just want to be able to tell you everything. And I want you to tell me everything. I really want this to be an open and honest relationship. You could have told me about him. It's not like I would have tried to stop you. I'd just like to know. I'd just like to know. And so now we've moved through this journey of the song with, I think, at least in my opinion, the biggest idea, this whole thing about honest relationships, etc., being sort of the why of the song, being the big idea, being the place that I want to arrive at. But note that I've taken it through these steps so that the move from the first box to the second box moves then finally to the third box and follows sort of that producer's line. So that as the producer now creates the climax, the musical climax, the production climax towards the end of the song, the idea is getting the most interesting too. And when those two work together, everything is beautiful. When the production has to provide crutches for a song that doesn't progress in its idea, then it seems like a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing. Now, not every song, not every lyric that you write needs to do exactly that, because not every lyric that you write is the main focus of your song. But in those songs that you write, where you have an idea that you want to communicate, where you have a lyric that has a message of some kind to deliver, when you want your listener to pay attention to what you have to say, then I think this whole idea of creating that journey more and more weight each time you go through comes into play. So think about that, this whole notion of finding ideas that can gain weight. Now, how do they gain weight? Well, sometimes they can gain weight by moving forward in time. So let's say that I write my first verse. My first verse is something like, I used to be so lonely. Then I met you. And now things are wonderful. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Yeah. Love, love, love. Now, I'm not really sure where that second box is going to be now after I've gone through that. And so perhaps you can segregate these ideas, separate them out, and write your first verse about when I was younger or before I met you, I was so lonely. I spent my days and my nights thinking, wishing, longing, hoping for love, love, love. Love, love, love. Yes, love, love, love. And now I've met you, and here we are together, blissful, sitting under the willow tree having a picnic, watching the ducks on the lake. In love, love, love. The ducks and us. In love, love, love. Yes, love, love, love. We can do this forever. We'll go through our lives always, always in the brilliance of love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. And so there we go, past, present, future as the development engine of the song. Rather than, as the first version of it, I was so alone before I met you, now you're here and we'll be happy forever in love, 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 love. No place that that song can go, at least not easily. So past, present, future, an engine for developing ideas. Or it could be something like, you are so amazing. I really love you, and we're going to be so good together. In love, love, love. Love, love, love. Yes. Love, love, love. And so now, I, again, really don't know where to go. But note that in that first verse, I've talked about you, I've talked about me, and I've talked about us. What if we separate those perspectives? And I start with, you are so beautiful. Your blonde hair pours over your milky white complexion like chicken gravy over mashed potatoes. Ah, love, love, love. Love, 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 yes. Love, love, love. I have been looking for so long for a codependent relationship in which I can do whatever I choose to do, and yet you will always remain in love, love, love. Love, love, love. Yes, love, love, love. Everyone I have ever loved is still with me in the freezer downstairs. Let us always be together in love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. And so here the perspectives have moved the idea forward. You, I, we. So there's an engine for developing ideas, so that don't try to say everything right at the outset. When you're developing your idea, take it through the boxes. How can this develop? How can this move forward? And then we're going to be able to work inside the boxes after that, which we'll talk about next.